Filming Harry Potter was exciting, but did you know some actors suffered lifelong injuries? What if a simple prop caused years of pain, or an explosion damaged your hearing forever? From broken bones to back pain, many stars paid a heavy price for bringing magic to life. David Holmes, the tragedy that changed everything. Let's kick things off with the most gut-wrenching story. David Holmes, Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double. This guy was the unsung hero behind Harry's daring moves, from Quidditch dives to Death Eater chases. Being a stuntman is the best job in the world. You're constantly being tested, just risking it all. David Holmes wasn't just any stunt performer. This man was Daniel Radcliffe's body double for 6 straight films. You all remember the Deathly Hallows scene where Harry fights with Nagini and flies through the wall. However, this moment was tragic for Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double, David Holmes. While rehearsing for the snake attack scene, they tried to push him very fast into the wall. I remember hitting the wall. My chest folded into my nose. I was fully conscious throughout the whole thing. His neck was broken, and Holmes was paralyzed. Holmes is pulled back by a harness attached to an overweight pulley system. He gets pulled into a wall, and the force of impact fractures his neck at the C6-C7 level. The moment that haunts everyone who was there. Holmes laid on the ground, conscious before telling his colleagues, "I can't feel my legs." Just like that, in the blink of an eye, a man's entire world shifted. Slipping in and out of consciousness while being taken to hospital, he devastatingly found out upon waking up that he was paralyzed from the waist down. Daniel Radcliffe, the boy who lived with hidden struggles. Daniel Radcliffe, our beloved Harry Potter, has lived with dyspraxia, a neurological condition that messes with motor skills, making everyday tasks like tying shoelaces or writing a note difficult. This wasn't caused by Harry Potter filming, but it was part of his daily life on set where he had to tackle broomstick stunts and wand duels. Daniel Radcliffe, who played the main character, had to do many action scenes throughout the series. Though he didn't suffer a major accident on set, he has a condition called dyspraxia, which affects coordination and movement. "I had a hard time in school because I couldn't write properly or do sports like other kids," Daniel once said. But the dyspraxia was just the beginning of Daniel's struggles. While he was filming the later Harry Potter movies, Daniel was battling alcoholism. Daniel Radcliffe admitted that during the filming of Harry Potter, he was battling alcoholism. He confessed that in some scenes he was completely drunk, but no one noticed. The pressure of fame pushed him to drink heavily, especially after long filming days. He later quit drinking completely, realizing he was spiraling. Rupert Grint, the ringing that never stops. Rupert Grint, who played Ron, suffered from tinnitus, a condition that causes a constant ringing in the ears. The loud explosions and battle scenes in the movies damaged his hearing. There were so many scenes with loud bangs and effects. I didn't notice the damage at first, but now there's always this ringing sound, Rupert shared. Tinnitus can be frustrating because there's no real cure, and he still deals with it today. Tom Felton, Draco's physical price. Tom Felton, best known for playing Draco Malfoy, had a physically demanding role that involved numerous action scenes, often requiring him to be pushed, thrown, or knocked down. These scenes, while entertaining for fans, had long-term consequences for the actor's back and posture. "I didn't realize how much strain those action scenes put on my back until years later," Felton admitted. "At the time, it was all part of the fun, but the falls and sudden movements added up." Over the years, he has continued to experience back discomfort, and he now focuses on stretching and physiotherapy to manage the pain. Matthew Lewis, Neville's explosive injury. Matthew Lewis, who portrayed Neville Longbottom, suffered an unexpected onset injury during an action-packed battle sequence. While filming, a special effects explosion was supposed to go off at a safe distance. But something went wrong and it happened too close to his head. "I felt a sharp pain, and then everything sounded muffled," Lewis recalled. "At first I thought it would go away, but my hearing never fully returned in one ear." Doctors later confirmed that he had sustained permanent hearing loss in one ear. Helena Bonham Carter, Bellatrix's deafening blast. Helena Bonham Carter, who played the wild and unpredictable Bellatrix Lestrange, suffered a permanent hearing injury during a high-energy wand fight. One particular scene involved a massive explosion, and unfortunately she was too close to the blast. "I couldn't hear properly for days," Carter later said. "At first I thought it would go back to normal, but now my hearing in one ear is permanently weaker." The intensity of the special effects and magic battles meant actors were constantly exposed to loud noises, but in this case, the damage was irreversible. Jason Isaacs. Lucius Malfoy's wrist curse. Jason Isaacs, who played the cunning and aristocratic Lucius Malfoy, carried a signature cane that also concealed Voldemort's wand. While it may have looked elegant on screen, it was actually heavier than it appeared. And Isaacs had to swing it around frequently during dramatic scenes. "I had to swing that thing around a lot, and it ended up damaging my wrist," he shared. It wasn't something he noticed at first, but after a while the pain became constant. Even years after filming ended, he still experiences wrist discomfort. Warwick Davis, the weight of prosthetics. Warwick Davis took on two major roles in the Harry Potter series: Professor Flitwick and the Goblin Griphook. Both roles required him to wear elaborate prosthetics, heavy costumes, and in the case of Griphook, spend long hours crouched in an unnatural position. Those suits and masks were not comfortable, Davis admitted. And after years of wearing them, they caused some permanent damage. His joints, especially his knees and back, suffered from the strain, leading to chronic pain that still affects him today. Robbie Coltrane. Hagrid's heavy burden. Robbie Coltrane. 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 Robbie Coltrane, who played the gentle half-giant Hagrid, had to wear a massive costume that included thick layers of padding and huge platform boots to make him appear larger than life. However, these costume pieces were extremely heavy and put intense pressure on his knees. "The boots alone were a nightmare," Coltrane recalled. "Walking in them for hours was exhausting, and my knees were never the same after those films." His knee problems worsened over the years, and he later required a wheelchair due to ongoing joint pain. Maggie Smith, fighting through cancer. Maggie Smith, who played the wise and powerful Professor McGonagall, faced a tremendous personal challenge while filming the later Harry Potter movies. She was battling breast cancer. "Filming was exhausting," she admitted. "But I didn't want to stop." Despite undergoing chemotherapy, she remained dedicated to her role, refusing to let her illness slow her down. The treatment left her feeling weak and fatigued, yet she continued to perform with her trademark energy and strength. Bonnie Wright. Ginny's hearing sensitivity. Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny Weasley, was involved in many of the film's climactic battle scenes, including the Battle of Hogwarts. These sequences featured loud explosions, spell effects, and high-energy fight choreography, which took a toll on her hearing. "I wish I had used ear protection during those scenes," Wright admitted. "The blasts were louder than I expected, and after a while I noticed my hearing wasn't the same." Even today, she sometimes struggles with high-pitched noises. Gary Oldman. Sirius Black's explosive toll. Gary Oldman, who played Sirius Black, was involved in several high-energy action sequences. Many scenes required explosions, magical duels, and loud sound effects which often took place dangerously close to him. "There were moments where I felt the blast more than I should have," Oldman said. "One scene left my ears ringing for days, and I knew something was off." Repeated exposure to loud explosions and high-pitched sounds led to long-term hearing sensitivity. Emma Watson, Hermione's heavy load. Emma Watson, famous for her role as Hermione Granger, had to carry large stacks of books in many scenes. While it seemed like a minor issue, the repeated strain took a toll on her shoulders over time. "I remember thinking this is nothing at first," Watson recalled, "but after months of filming I started feeling real pain in my shoulders." Some scenes required her to hold books for long periods while delivering lines, which worsened the problem. Even after filming, she continued to experience shoulder stiffness and discomfort. Alan Rickman. Snape's chronic back pain. Alan Rickman, who played the mysterious and feared Professor Snape, suffered from chronic back pain due to the heavy robes and long hours of standing on set. The robes were much heavier than they looked. Rickman once shared, "They dragged on my shoulders, and standing for so long took a toll on my back." As a perfectionist, Rickman insisted on staying fully in character for long stretches, often refusing to sit between takes. The constant strain aggravated his back issues, which persisted even outside of filming. The real cost of magic. The Harry Potter cast's dedication. Whether facing explosions, heavy costumes, or grueling stunts, made the wizarding world unforgettable. Next time you rewatch, take a moment to appreciate the real people behind the magic who gave more than just their talent. These stories matter because they remind us that behind every character we love is a real person with real struggles. The entertainment we love comes with real costs for real people. Every stunt, every scene, every moment of movie magic involves human beings putting themselves at risk for our enjoyment. Who is your favorite character from the Harry Potter series? Do let us know in the comment section below, and for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel.